everyone. This is Anita from Hi.
Hi, 안녕하세요. This is Brenda.
Hey everyone, this is Jack.
Welcome back to another
podcast. And today we're actually going to be talking about the Hmong New Year since it's coming up really soon, at least for Minnesota. I mean, I know that other states have already done theirs too, but for Minnesota, the Hmong New Year is coming up, so we kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about it and get some inputs. So with the first thing today, so what do you guys, I guess, like and look forward to going to the New Year? Seeing that, you know, this New Year is the one that's coming back since Minnesota has been like not doing Hmong New Years for a while, or at least for the past like 2-3 years. So what do you guys look forward to?
Honestly, I think for me, it's just to see how many people are going to come through, because the last time we went was like right before COVID, or no, sorry. Yeah, it was right before COVID. It was that year before COVID happened. And that was also our first time going together as HAIB. And, you know, we were still very brand new, but at the time we were like known for our parody, right? So then like, I guess like this time around, like we don't really have much going on. So it's just kind of like, you know, we're just going to go hang out and stuff like that. So just looking forward to seeing how many people show up after. It's been a couple years and, you know, it's been a while because dang, the last time we went, I was already shook. Like I haven't been to New Year's there at XL Energy Center, y'all. Like if y'all have ever been there, like I remember the booth side was like filled, but when we went a couple years ago, I swear that was cut in half. Like there's only like a few booths now. Like it's so small now. So I was shook, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a lot because, you know, it's been like 2-3 years since a New Year's happened. Like look at J4. Like J4 was, and Minnesota State Fair too. Like they were all super packed with like Hmong people. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this year it's probably gonna be pretty big.
Always look forward to people watching, because originally
just like looking straight at the corner, looking at people.
Yeah, I always love watching people's like fits. You know, like that's my biggest thing is like people not like because
that was so creepy. But I mean, I get it.
Well, I mean, okay, I grew up in a very like predominantly white neighborhood. All the only Hmong people I hung out with was like my family and my cousins. So I only had like a very small population of Hmong friends that went to like my school, and it was like big family. So like everyone had like their family units, and then me being like very, you know, we have a lot of boys in the family only. So like I never had like girlfriends and so like you didn't try and you like try to like interact with other kids your age that are like and no obligation tied to because of blood, you know. So I was always so fascinated that people knew each other so much, and then obviously went to college, met a shit ton of Hmong people, and then now I can actually go to the New Year and like know people, and like especially with us in this platform now, like we definitely have met so much more people. So like it's like exciting to like to kind of see like the full circle moment for me, because like my younger self is like very nostalgic. I'm excited for the New Year to like dress up or like just go hang out with my friends, because I never got to do that, and now like as an adult I choose to do it. You know, every year I choose to do it. I choose to like go experience it, if not for the whole weekend, at least one day, you know. So I love it, and plus my sister's competing for dance this year, so I'm excited to watch that. And yeah.
Do you guys even do that when you guys back then, like move to the New Year's or J4 to like D, like Longdong or Longkong, you know?
Nope.
Again, iba like group of girls, so like you know, like I would just go with my cousins, and there's like 10 guys. 10 of my guy cousins standing around me, and my cousins was always like, Anita, if you like anyone, just tell us and we'll go pull him over here, because they probably think that you're talking to one of us. And I'm like, that's even more frightening and more uncomfortable. The only time I got to experience that was I think like 1 or 2 years I went with like my friends, like, and her cousins and her sisters and stuff. 1 year I got to experience that, which was really interesting, but it's like I needed attention, you know what I'm saying? It's weird because you don't just get like the cute guys, you get like all the OGs with it too. And then that guy. So there's always that OG with the freaking camera.
Yeah.
Hey, Columbia, holy
Yeah.
crap. I know. And then like they'll like ask you for your digits on camera, and you're just like, sir, this is so awkward. It's just more fun to go take photos with like people you know and like hang out with your friends.
Yeah, honestly, it's more like a reunion.
Yeah, especially for all of us that went to college, you know, you get to see all like your college friends again, and so it's really fun. And now like I feel like I understand how kids felt when they were in high school or middle school, and like look, they went to like a city school and they had a lot of Hmong friends. I'm like, oh, that must be how they felt.
Honestly, I think I'm just looking forward to like seeing it overall, and possibly like more like seeing like the booths, because you know, now that we've been in the industry, we've been meeting friends doing like filmmaking and other things. Like I want to go see and like support the movies, you know, because I've been seeing quite a bit of work coming out, like Lucille, I think, from Charlie Pro.
I want to go back and be told, have I been living underneath a rock?
Yeah, we're gonna bring a rock this time, like a fake rock, and just hold it over your head.
Oh my god, that could have been our Halloween costume.
What's your guys' like favorite like memorable experience or memory from the Hmong New Year, like from all the other like years too?
One of my most like memorable experience was, I think, well, it's not like, it wasn't like a memorable, it is, but it isn't. It was like the event of it happening, right? So like back then, okay, I never had a cell phone until I was 16, like, you know, because I started working, so I got myself a phone. So I was like a middle schooler at the time, okay? Or maybe a high schooler. Maybe I was a freshman at the time already. But I think I just, you know, hitting up your friends on MSN, A-Town, like, hey, yo, I'm going to go here at this time. Like, you know, like, you're trying to meet up with your friends and just like that, because, like, I don't have any connection to talk to my friends. It's like, oh, when are you going to go? Okay, yeah, I'll be there. And then, like, you know, you just kind of have to, like, hope that you bump into them over there around that same time, around the same area. And, man, it was a struggle. I think it's just, like, one of the most memorable experiences for me, because it's, like, you really don't know. You just show up and you phone you like, you know, like, that's it, you know?
I feel like that's my experience, too. It was always, like, especially, like, at the Metrodome, like, back then, like, you just... Yeah, you don't know.
Oh,
like, who's
Metrodome.
going.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god.
For me, it was the Metrodome, because, like, back then, yeah, it was always at the Metrodome. It wasn't even at River Center yet until, like, you know, I don't really remember.
No, they did too. There was they did. Oh, they always did Exo Energy during like November, and then they did Metrodome in December.
I think I always just went to Metrodome because I think at that time it was the bigger one, you know, and it was closer, like in the middle towards Minneapolis and St. Paul, you know, so it's a lot easier. And most people usually go to that one, but yeah, I just remember going to that one, and I remember like people would fight with the sugarcane sticks.
So a lot of my memories of the New Year is always the Metrodome one, because my dad used to like get right? So he sat on like, you know, the board, and he did a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. So we always got like free access to the New Year. Yeah, and like free parking and like a lot of VIP access for stuff like that. Memorable stuff is like getting like privileges to go behind like backstage and like all the secret like tunnels and like walkways and stuff. And I'm, you know, you always feel like shit, I'm top shit, right? But you're just little kids, so like the world just seems so much bigger. Now when I look back at Metrodome, I'm like, dang, it's just like one, like it's like big the same thing. Yeah, it's like boring, you know. Memorable bad was whenever they had fights. I remember one time we were walking in Metrodome, you know, like if you're upstairs and the hallways are pretty tight, especially with like all the booths and people walking, so it gets pretty packed. And I was like against like the cement wall and like, you know, and I just remember my dad just like pulling me super fast, like up against the wall and like going like blocking me like this, because people were just like fighting and throwing, bodies were throwing up against each other. And I was like, damn, my ass would have been slammed to the ground, probably stepped on.
If you could change or add one thing to the New Year, what would it be? I think they should also try to find a way to bring more vendors with like variety of food, because I feel like there's literally like, I don't remember, but I feel like one year we went, there was literally just like 4 vendors and they all sold like the same food. You know, so it's like, and you know, the lines just get so packed too because there's so many people there. I think they need to find a way to either bring in more food vendors and like variety of food too.
if we were to have a whole bunch of food vendors that sell the same food, then at least you could just pick one line and like stick with it, right? Because then it's just giving more like traffic flow, where there's like, you know, like there's not longer lines, right? So it's like cool, like whatever, like we all know all the food, they're all the same food, so just pick a line and go. Traffic is easier. Second, yes, I think having a variety would be cool, because then it kind of specifies the certain food vendors, right? Where it's like, oh, like they're really like, these are a lot of fried food over here. This one's based just on like sushi and like, you know, whatever. And then like, I think then it kind of helps create like, oh no, this is what I'm feeling. I don't feel for the Hmong food. I want to go for like this, you know, or like even just like desserts, and like this one's just strictly like desserts, boba, tricolor, whatever, right? And I think only that, then I think it could help. And then like or like a little village like section, right? Like this is just strictly Hmong food, this is strictly like desserts, this is strictly, you know, whatever. So that way when you're going, then you're not having to look at each line and be like, I just want a tricolor, like I don't want to wait in line here, I can go over here by the drinks area and grab a quick drink.
Yeah, it was like, it'd be cool to just have one station though, like solely focused on just papaya. So then like you can have like 5 like people working on like, you know, todo papaya at the same time, and it's just like next person go, and it's like all the same recipe or something. But I guess they don't want that, because people like shopping around for like finding gacha and stuff like that.
A lot of what we're saying here though, it's like, oh, it's so different though, right? Like it's not the same as before anymore, because like everything is advanced now, like everything has been moving forward. Like I think maybe it is a pro and con that we have a Hmong village here, right? Because a lot of people, it's like, that's so cool, like having a Hmong village in Minnesota, like that you could just go there and have Hmong food all the time, or like have Hmong shops everywhere. Like it is a cool thing, right? Like it's beautiful, but maybe that's why people are like, oh, it is, we already have Hmong village, so why go to the New Year, you know? And because it's like you get the same things, maybe just more people, you just get to wear Hmong clothes and you get to meet certain artists. Like for example, like Win and Hua, right? They're coming to the New Year, so I feel like that's gonna gain a lot of attraction for people to go, because these are people, are exclusive people, right? Where they aren't from the States, and so it's like, oh, like this is my chance to go meet someone, you know? So again, I think that's why like things are so different now. The booths are not the same. People don't sell merch there anymore. People don't sell CDs anymore, because literally you can stream everything. All the artists put everything online now. It's so easy and accessible to everyone.
No matter what, people will always go to the New Year's, because it's such a big social event. But yes, the business side of it, of selling things, I think is slowly declining. And if they don't reinvent themselves, like businesses don't remarket how they like sell or like go about things, yeah, it's not going to be profitable enough. And it's sad, because that's usually where the, like, you know, United Hmong family like gains the most profit, is when these businesses continues to come and support or like table at their event, right? And if they don't have sponsorships, or they don't have other Hmong businesses supporting that, then it kind of just dies off. You know, I think they make the most money off of food too. That's why food vendors are charged so much. But food, you will always profit, I feel. It's just, dang, you shot huh?
Yeah, you're non-stop working.
Yeah.
The lines just get so long, you know.
Question. So with ball, right? Like, I feel like there's like a certain way that people do it, because like if you're trying to like okay, honestly, I don't understand how, oh, you wanna ball with me? How are you gonna have a conversation with somebody when you want to ask somebody to ball with you? Like, what's the point? Back in the days, maybe when it was more open, there wasn't loud music playing around you, nobody's next to you, and you can actually hear them. That makes sense, right? But like nowadays, people are like literally shoulder to shoulder. You're papaw in a line, and like you ask somebody to papaw with you, so you just stare at each other.
I think
so you know what?
No.
You know what they do now? You know what they do is, okay, let's say I'm papaw with like my friend, right, Brenda, you. And what happens is like the two guy friends come, and then you stand next to the girl you want to talk to. So then you're still paparo like together as a group of 4, but then your homie is standing next to the girlfriend, and then he's standing next to you, and so then y'all could chat, but you're like ball tossing like in a group of 4.
Yeah, and I've seen that where it crisscrosses, so that way you're not doing a girl guy kind of thing. It's like everyone crisscross, right? I get it.
Yeah.
But when it's not like that though, when it's just one person, so then like, do you like not ask them and you like just steal the man's like partner and be like, I'm interested in this girl, but too bad you over there. I'm gonna talk to her, and like you just start standing next to her, right, or him or whatever. Like is that like what's the papa etiquette? Is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, it is like that, but you know, again, like what you said earlier, like back in the past, that like you're more music and you're in a more open space where you could actually have conversation. But here we're just like so squished into one area, you know, and then of course there's music and there's all these noises going around, so it would be hard to do that in today's age, I feel like.
You just gotta be slick. I feel like it's like survival of the fittest. Dude, people in like Laos, they like go for what they want, and it's crazy. Like,
yeah, but if that's how it is, then you wouldn't even want to football with them. You just want to be next to them. Wouldn't that be it?
Well, the idea of it back then is like the more you want to football with someone means you like them, so then you're gonna constantly look at them and like be around them, and they're not. I think
it's just attraction. So what's wrong with? I think nowadays we make it where it's so like monogamy, right? Like, you should only, if you like me, you should only talk to me, nobody else. But back then it was the chase and like the flirtiness of it all. So like one girl could be talking to multiple like guys, and it's just kind of like, out of all of you suitors, who's gonna win her heart, or who's gonna walk with her throughout the whole New Year, for the whole weekend or the whole week, right? Because New Year's back then lasted for like a whole week plus, right? So
you don't want to. So basically, you don't want to be the one footballing. I get it. Like you want to be the one to football because that's a flirting, like, or whatever technique, right?
So it's
but
like they like you,
technically,
you, like
you don't want to be that person.
It's not just that. You want to be the one that she wants to hang out with for the majority of like the whole event. So it don't even matter just football. It's just like you're thinking about not the long game, not the short game.
Nah, I'm talking about football.
Just like, football.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I feel like most of the time they don't talk. They just look at each other in the ball.
I know, but if you're trying to win their heart, the best way to do it, is not to football with them. Yeah, it's you want to be the one next to them.
Hey, yo,
you don't even want to football with them.
Well, I mean, if a guy came to you, which one do you want? The one that you're ball tossing with, or the one that's standing next to you?
I think it's more like you're always aware of them.
with the one next to me, then it's like, okay, I'm getting to know you more, but he may be like, like let's say for example, he asked me to football with him. Okay, I'm football with you, but now I have built no connection with you besides our eye contact.
Okay, so you guys, if you guys are listening to this, now y'all know how to get Brenda at the New Year.
No, I'm just saying, is that so you're just gonna?
I mean,
I think about it. You're now building a connection with someone next to you, right?
I mean, yeah.
Either way, and you're not ball tossing with this guy. You have no conversation with this guy over here. So,
well, you gotta
build
the context though. Let's say.
I feel like.
Wait, so what?
I feel like it has evolved over time. Like the reason for it has changed over time from like, you know, back then in the days to nowadays. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to like. Answer, I guess.
But it depends on context though. Let's say if the guy that's across from me, we literally and then like another guy swoops in and stand next to me. Obviously, the one that's standing next to me is gonna get more one-on-one time because we're closer in distance and like I can hear the person. But let's say if the person across from me and I have already been like in conversation and like for a little while, but we're still just ball tossing from a distance, and then this other like person comes and stand next to me, then depending on my level of attraction or how genuine or sincere of a person I am, you can be swayed either way, right? But let's say you're not really feeling the person next to you, then you're gonna stay focused on the one in front of you. It's just really up to you.
Yes, I know. So let's say you're not having connection with the person talking to you the whole time. So now what do? Be like, okay, you go stand over there. So can I pop out with you so I can talk to that guy over here now because I'm not interested in you? Like okay, that's like very blunt and very like.
Girl, you just gotta know how to spit your game. Or this is where you gotta find the girls.
I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah.
Like
but I feel like
talk,
it's like it's based on your own, you know, preference. How you wanna do
you know, this is
how
where
are you gonna do it?
This is where you gotta have your mom, your moms or like the OGs like stand next to you, or your homegirls or like friends come stand next to you so that you can swerve these people. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, see, because it's like this whole time you're on with this guy now, like you've built no connection, you've had no conversation. So what I'm saying is, okay, let's say you're physically attracted to this guy because you've been staring him for the whole time while some other dude's talking to you, or vice versa, guy, girl, whatever, right? And it's like,
see,
so now you owe him or her a date, like, let's go walk around now because now I haven't gotten to know you, but we've been going for like an hour now.
But you know what though?
Know you.
But you know what though? Some folks actually like that level of like because it's like, someone else wants you. Well, I'm already ball tossing with you, so like let me just wait for this loser next to you to go away so that we can continue on. But like, I see you, like, okay, I see you trying to play hard to get with me. Like some people like that chase, so there could be chemistry building within that. So it's all about the interesting about the New Year is it is a lot of power and like the woman holding the cards. Like you get to control who you want to give your time to, and it's pretty cool to see that play out. I don't know, it's up to you though. If you're not interested, you're not interested.
Like it's your own preference. If like you're the girl, like on the call, like do you want to talk to the guy next to you, or do you want to like focus on the guy across from you? You know, it's like you don't owe them anything. It's just based on what you want to do, right?
Yeah. Right. But okay, like let's say for example, you do want to talk to the guy across from you. So now what? I don't want to pop on anymore. Like, can you come stand next to me?
Yeah, but you can do that. Yeah, they just go on a walk, or you can just keep applying.
We can stop ball tossing.
Yeah,
we can
or
just
you
go,
could
like walk around.
Yeah, if you want to talk to them, you can go and talk to them more. Or if you want to play pop ball, then you can pop ball with them.
I know, but I'm just saying. Okay, 'cause I'm just talking like I said. It's not. I'm just talking ball tossing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Etiquette. So at the end of it all, what we're saying is, if you really want to mac on someone, you should be the one next to them.
Yes.
No, I mean you don't. It's hard because it's like you don't have to though.
Well, okay, so
I know you don't have to, but you have the upper advantage.
But this is realistic though.
I mean,
who the heck?
I don't.
Can I say though? Realistically though, who are you gonna ball toss? Like you're not gonna ball toss to some stranger right away. Realistically, you're gonna be with like someone you know, or like a group of people that you know, and y'all are gonna be ball tossing together, and then the stranger pops in, and that's when they either are across from you and they see you and they like you and they want to ball toss right away, or they come stand next to you, insert themselves into that conversation, and then that's when they probably will self-invite themselves to like ball toss with you, and then proceed to go stand on the other side. That's generally how it plays out. It doesn't just play out where like you just stand on the line and some guy's gonna be like, hey.
I mean, I just feel like this is such a gray area. Like, it can go either way just based on what you want to do at the end of the day. But yeah, all right. Well, I think that comes to an end of our podcast for today. So if you guys liked it, give us a thumbs up on YouTube and comment down below. You know, maybe a memorable experience you had at the Hmong New Year too, or maybe something you would like to add or change to the Hmong New Year. But yeah, like and subscribe and follow us on Facebook. And if you want to support us, you can check out our Patreon as well too. But all right, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye. Happy Hmong New Year.
Happy New Year.